Especially, I think that's the unique contribution of Dr. Ansari, his analysis of freedom as a value, as the heart of Western humanism, and rejection of Christianity and Islam, because they're based on worship, and freedom is the exact opposite of worship, and how freedom is related to capital and capitalism. So when you worship freedom, basically what you do is you surrender yourself to the god of capital. So that's and the last one, obviously, his understanding of capitalism is religious and Islamic, in the sense that he sees capitalism is basically embodiment of freedom, which is thought, and which is antithesis of ibadat, which is worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it is manifested in two amraz al-qulub, the diseases of heart. One is what Christians used to call avarice, which is greed, and the other is covetousness or envy. Right. So understanding of capitalism as against all the internal critiques, especially Marxist, etc., what differentiated from that is capitalism is seen as a spirituality, but a satanic spirituality, which is based on greed and envy. And when greed and envy overwhelm individual, society, and state and capture them, then you have a system called capitalism. And obviously, in Islam rejects that system by its very nature, as does Orthodox, mainstream Christianity as well, before it surrendered to capitalism. And that's why he understands capital as takasur. Takasur does mean capital in the sense accumulation for the sake of accumulation, which is translated by Marmaduke Pickthall as rivalry in worldly gains, which is the exact translation of accumulation for the sake of accumulation. And what you must combat capitalism is through rejecting freedom and choosing worship at all levels, individual, society, as well as the state, and rejecting greed and envy, and choosing zuhd, faqr, as your values, which are manifested again, must be manifested again at all three levels: individual, society, and state. And that's what revolution is. Deconstructing modern individuality, society, and state, and its basis in greed and envy, and replacing it with individuality, which is shaped not by freedom but by worship, and which is guided by zuhd and faqr, not by envy and greed. And similarly, society and state. So that is Dr. Javed Ansari's critique of capitalism and understanding of